interim heavyweight champion of the world, Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. How are you, champ? You don't like the weather here, do you?
Yeah, it's very cold right now.
You know, we're going to do the Fight Club as we always do. We've got microphones set up at the bottom of each row. This is about you guys. This is about you guys having an opportunity to ask any question you want to Antonio, to ask him about fighting, to ask him about the future, ask him about what's next, whatever's on your mind. You might actually want to ask about Anderson Silva too, because I think he knows him somewhat well. So anytime you guys want to come up to the microphone, fire away your questions. UFC Fight Club. This is for you. Why we get the first one to the mic. How does it feel after the win over Tim Sylvia? How does it feel to have a UFC belt?
Yeah, it was my dream came true. You know, I trained very much for that title, and they give me a chance to have that shot, and I have the belt. You know, I'm very happy. You know, I became a fighter watching the UFC. I'm a huge UFC fan. You know, that's my dream came true. Thank you guys for the support.
Minotauro, I just don't understand why you seem to want to let people beat you up a lot early in fights just so you can prove you can come back.
I mean, let's take a time, you know, to get a time of the mat, you know. I believe my jiu-jitsu is good, you know, when I grapple people, I know I'm gonna submit. It takes time, you know. He was better boxer than me, that's why that's happening, you know. But I know when I get him in the ground, I'm gonna submit him.
What is it inside of you that, I mean, if you look at your fights, and we've looked at great fighters all the time, but you have been the one who, it seems, sticks out almost done so many times. Where do you find the strength to persevere, to overcome, and go ahead and win the fights?
Yeah, we have a very hard training there at our city in Brazil. Me, Anderson Silva, my twin brother, and a couple of other good guys. And we gotta be very concentrated on the mat, you know, very mental. And I gotta believe in my technique. That's how that works, you know. Took me a time to get a timing, to get a submission. But once I get it, the fight is finished.
Well, we saw that for sure. Heavyweight champion. We're gonna get some questions. Come on up to the mic. I gotta tell you one quick story before we ask another question. Speaking of heavyweights and twin brothers, Jake O'Brien, Irish Jake O'Brien, 10-0 on the card tomorrow against Heath Herring. And your babyface guy, heavyweight, not really worried about cutting weight, but we were in the hotel walking out, and this dude, Jake O'Brien, I thought, came with a Quiznos bag, and he's walking. Kim, my wife, goes, "That's got to be the twin." Thankfully, it was. So, you know, Antonio and you know, and his brother Rodrigo and Minotauro, they might try to trick you sometime, but the O'Brien boys didn't, because you don't need a lot of Quiznos before your fights, do you?
Yeah, it's good to have a twin, you know. I can't be in the place. He gotta be better in my place.
Absolutely. Please, with your question, UFC Fight Club.
Hey, Nogueira, how you doing?
I'm fine, buddy.
If Dana White asked you to fight Fedor, how do you think you would match up now than you did against him in the previous years?
Yeah, I fought him before, you know. He was like heavier than me, like 8 or 10 kilos, you know. And now I'm getting heavier, I'm getting strong, I'm getting much more experience. I think in the UFC you fight in 5 rounds instead of 3. We used to fight in 5. So to me it's going to be good here. I have an advantage, I've been fighting the cage now. So I got more experience than here. It will be a very good match, you know. I believe in myself, I'll be training and ready to face him. Whatever he comes, I got to be representing, you know, UFC now, and I'm going to hold that belt.
Great question, thank you very much. Please, with your question.
First of all, congratulations on the win. That was amazing.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for the support.
All right, on Inside MMA, Randy Couture himself said he no longer considers himself the heavyweight champion. He considers you the true heavyweight champion. Do you feel the UFC should relinquish that title from Randy Couture? Because I sure as hell do.
The future, you know, gonna prove who is the true champion here. I'm here, I'm gonna fight for the belt, you know, and I'm gonna try to hold that belt, you know, for more I can. And I'm here, you know, whatever. If you be ready to face me in the future, I'm gonna be here and fight for the belt. Thank you, guys.
Next question, please.
Hey, Minotauro. You're famous for taking a beating early on and then going and tapping guys later. And it's also famous that you were hit by a car when you were younger. What I wanted to know is, did you go back and tap that car out?
Yeah, when I was 11 years old, I was at the party, you know, with my family, and the neighbor guy, he driving a truck, and we was playing behind the truck, and he just put the reverse and pressed the truck over my body. I was a big accident. I was in the hospital for 11 months. I had a really, really hard time, you know, but I had a big support of my family, you know, who would be with me in the hospital, you know, all the time. And I pray a lot, I believe in God, so that helped me a lot, you know. And that thing happened, make me more strongest, you know, and more focused on whatever I want to do, you know. I was a sport guy at that time, you know. I think that the martial arts, the judo, you know, the jiu-jitsu helped me to build my body again and to be like, you know, a fighter.
It's an amazing story. Thank you, great question. Next question, please.
Hi. First of all, your fight with Sylvia was amazing.
Thank you.
Also, like without beating around the bush, who do you think is your biggest threat to your heavyweight title?
Yeah, they're gonna be the biggest.
Yeah, who would be the man who would have the best chance in your mind? Who would be your biggest challenge for the heavyweight title?
I think I have a couple guys, you know, that Che Congo is a very good guy. He's coming, you know, new guy, he's coming very strong. I got Andrei Arlovski, that's a good fighter too, you know. I believe so. He's making a very good bets. His last bets, you know, he's been proven he's one of the best guys also. And that's two guys, I think, the strongest guys. And Frank B also, you know, he's a very good jiu-jitsu guy. He's got a good submissions, and he impressed me the way he fights. All those three, I think the top three guys in the moment. They have the best guys heavyweight in the UFC right now, but I can see those three guys my best challenge.
It would be an amazing fight, as you great fight fans know, if it were Frank Mir and Minotauro, because you two have for a long time been considered the greatest heavyweight submission fighters in the entire mixed martial arts world. So you really would have the two best guys at your specialty, at jiu-jitsu, going against each other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a wonderful match. You know, I have a dream to make this match against Mir. He's a great fighter, you know. I got a lot of respect for this kid. He's really good. I love to fight him in the future.
Joe Silva's here, our great matchmaker, and he's letting him pick his opponent right now, and Joe's going, all right, Minotauro has me convinced to fight him now.